Hello, everyone. It is Friday evening, and tonight is, of course, our What Will We Make night. Bit of a mystery night because even I don't know where things are going to end up tonight. And I want to show you something fun. And maybe this is an idea to inspire you as well when you're not sure what direction to go in. So, how is everyone? Have you had a great week? I'm just looking. Gosh, there's a lot of comments. Oh my goodness. I haven't. Oh, I'll go back and read them after. I'm so sorry. Oh, Shuri, you're singing tonight. Should we be imagining the tune of any particular song? The answer to your question is yes, Sheila. Yes. But I'm going to do something else first. But yes is the answer to your question. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Sheila, you're singing too. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to say hello to everyone. But please just know that I'm so glad you're here, and it's just really great to have you here in my craft room. My husband has not yet arrived home from work. I have noticed, I don't know about anybody else, but here in New South Wales, it is so dark now. At like before 7:30, it was still quite light. Didn't get dark until about an hour later, but it's getting really dark. So I think it's not that far away, and we'll be coming off daylight saving at some point soon. So and then it won't be quite as dark. No, it'll be even darker, will it? No. Yes, it will be even darker. So there we go. As we head into the cooler months. It's still pretty warm though. How about everybody else? Hey, Jolene, you're in Minnesota. Hi. Hello, Lorraine. Hey, Susie. Hey, Nicole. Oh, we have a really good group here already. And I'm so sorry if I missed you. I know I missed a lot of people. So, all right. So, tonight, I wanted to do something a little bit different. As you know, it's normally sketch night, and we worked our way through the sketches in the current catalogue, and we actually finished all the card sketches in here. And then the last couple of weeks, we've actually just picked a card out of a catalogue, whether it be our annual catalogue or our current mini catalogue. We've just picked a card and copied it, but putting our own spin on it. And that's been fun too. Sorry, I just need to make sure I'm keeping up with all the comments down here. First Sunday in April is the end of daylight saving. Thank you for that. I was wondering, Donna. I know that I think the US comes off, goes over onto daylight saving this weekend. I think that's right. If someone from the US can confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's what Susan told me. And she's in Minnesota, so I think it's going on to daylight saving for them. Oh, you can't wait for the cooler weather. I think that's what you're trying to say, Nairi. Yeah, it has been pretty humid lately, right? And it's March. We're definitely well and truly out of summer now. So, Denise, hi. How are you? Nice to see you. Gail's here tonight. Woohoo! Great crowd. All right. So yes, we've been working through, and last week we did. Actually, I think it's just out of reach, but the card we did last week was a case from a card in the annual catalogue. This week, we're going to do something completely different, and I don't even know if it's going to work, but you guys, I know, will bear with me. My beautiful friend, Cherie. Thank you, Cherie. She and I talked this afternoon, and we talked about this because she sent me one of these a while ago. She sent me a few lovely little gifts for inspiration ideas, and this was one of the things she sent me. Okay, so I'm going to start by we're going to play it, and I haven't used one of these since I was little. Who else used one? They're called a Chatterbox, or I think that's what they're officially called. Does anyone have a different name for them? Yes, Saturday night you do change your clocks. I thought so, Roz. I thought that's what. Yeah, it's a Chatterbox. That's right. So if I don't use it right, you can let me know. You love these. All right. So they take us back to childhood and a bit of fun, right? So Cherie sent me this one, which is craft related. All right. And you could make yourself one of these as well. And we're going to see where it takes us. And I have no idea what we're going to end up with tonight, because this little thing, with your help, is going to dictate what direction we go in. Does that make sense? So we could even be inspired by the colors. Can you see that Cherie, when she put it together, she had all these different colors on the outside. So I could even use that inspiration as well. But yeah, we'll see. Hello. Hi, Linda. All the way from Vegas. How are you? And Tanya and Nicole are chatting to each other. Fortune tellers. Is that what you called them, Lorraine? Yeah, we called them a chatterbox. Yes, I think everybody made these at school. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with Friday night live. What will we make? And we're going to see where it's going to take us. And get your fingers at the ready, because the first person to pick a number or to tell me what direction they want to go is going to be the one I go with. Okay, whichever one. And sometimes I know they show up in a different order depending on whether you're in Facebook or on YouTube, but it'll be the first one I see. So it may not be the same depending on whether you're on Facebook. No, we're not picking numbers yet. You're too early, you girls. I've got to do it first. All right, so here we go. Friday night live. What will we make? All right, you get to pick from these numbers: a 1 or a 2, a 5 or a 6. 1, 2, 5, or 6. All right, let's see how we go. 4. That wasn't one of the options, Donna. Okay. Oh gosh, you're all coming through thick and fast. 5. Siobhan said 5. Okay, that was an option. And that says Smoosh. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go SMOOSH. All right, now we get to pick, well, from the same numbers, a 1, a 2, a 5, or a 6. Let's pick a different one this time. I'm looking at the comments again. 2. Okay. All right. Let's see what it says. I'm going to open it up. It says inks. Actually, it says die cutting on here and then inks on the inside. So, I mean, die cutting, that's pretty broad, isn't it? We could do that. So, all the different ones. So what Cherie's done, let me show you. She's written on each one what the technique or the type of product is. And then when you open it up, you've got more written on the inside. See this? So, oh, are they around the wrong way, or is it just me? It looks around the wrong way to me, but anyway. So there's fun things like masks and stencils and heat embossing and tearing and dry embossing and punching. So lots and lots of different options. I know, isn't it a cute idea? It's a really cool idea. So Cherie was sent me a few really fun ideas of different ways to pick techniques and ideas. And I did think, oh, okay, I was supposed to spell die cutting. All right, let me find it again. See, I told you I'm not very good at this. All right, let me find the die cutting. All right, okay. I see where it is. All right. Shall we go DIECUTTING? All right. So we pick one more time and then we open. Is that right? So, okay, Cherie's keeping track. Smoosh, then inks, then die cut shapes. Smoosh with inks and die cut shapes. All right. Shall we open up one more? Because I know which one, and it was the same 4 letters, 1, 2, 5, or 6. Let's go one more, and we'll open it up and see where else it takes us. I know, it's a cool little idea, right? Joan picked 6. Okay, how are you, Joan? Nice to see you. Let's open that one up. That one says ribbon. All right, so we're going to add a ribbon to our creation. All right, so we got Smoosh with die cutting. And then we're going to, and I think I have an idea. Okay. So I like just playing when it comes to, and I'm going to turn my lamp on, which puts a funny light on my face. So it's time to move over to the desk. All right. Gosh, this has seen better days, this poor old cutting piercing mat, but never mind. That's fine. It still does the same job it always did. All right. I'm going to start with, I'm going to have a piece of, or maybe I'll wait to see what card base I want to use. All right, but I'm thinking about, here we go. I'm going to I'm going to do capturing smiles because I haven't really done very much with us, right? Yes, it's loved. Exactly. What was 6? What was 6? Let's have a look. Ribbon. Okay, when I opened it up, it was ribbon under there. So, right. So I'm going to try. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's see how it works. We are going to do Smoosh, so don't worry. I'll come back to that. And I'm actually going to put this camera right here onto a block. And I'm going to need a bigger block for that because it's a larger stamp. So let's put the camera on there. And for the front of the camera, we are going to need, let me have a think about what we're going to need. We're going to want a lens, and we're also going to need like a, what do you call this? Is that the aperture thing? I can never remember this thing, you know, the telescopy thing. Someone else who does photography, someone asked me the other night, did I do photography? I think it might have been Janine. And the answer was no. Clearly not, because I don't know the terms. I did do a very short, as part of a fine arts course many years ago, I did do photography, and we, you know, learned how to do some stuff with SLR cameras and all that kind of stuff. But I have forgotten a lot of that. I'm going to use, let me just make sure it's inky enough. I'm going to use, or am I going to use Stays On, or am I going to, you know what? I was going to stamp and then smoosh, but I'm going to smoosh and then stamp. So let's get rid of the piercing mat for a second. And I'm going to use, deciding what to do. What color would we like our camera to be? The camera, by the way, does not have to be black or silver or any of those boring colors. What color camera would we like? Shall we have a fun camera? Maybe some, what about a summer splash camera? Because that's a color that's going away. Or maybe a pretty peacock camera, or blueberry bushel. Blueberry bushel's a nice color. Shall we try that? Blue camera, says Nicole. Red, says Leslie. Of course you did, Leslie. Are we getting a lot of requests for blue? Oh, and Sheila said bright pink. And Janine said petunia pop. So I hope everybody knows. I'm just going to put this straight onto my glass mat. Your alternative, if you don't have a glass mat, is put them onto a large block. Okay, and I'm just going to do a few drops of, and this is going to be very, very basic smoosh. So there are lots of different ways to do a smoosh technique. I'm doing a really simple technique. Let me find give me a second. I've got a pile of stuff here because I've been doing videos and all kinds of stuff this afternoon. And I want to make sure that I have a nice clear water spritzer. I've got lots of spritzers that have got colors in them, but I want one that's just clear water. So give me a second while I grab one of those, because they aren't where I would have expected them to be, because all the ones I'm looking at have got color. And I don't want one with color. I want one that's plain. And because I didn't know I was going to be doing this, I'm a little less prepared than I might ordinarily be. So that's just the way it goes. Oh, has this one got any in it? That looks a bit empty, actually. I'll find one in a second. Oh, I've got one with gold in it. I don't want one with gold. I've got lots of empty ones, and I could refill them, I suppose, from one of my water painters that's got water in it. Let's just do that, because rather than having to go to the sink and fill it up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spritz these few drops of blueberry bushel ink, and we're going to get, I'm hoping this should be enough to get a result. There we go. And I'm not going to do the kind of smoosh that you use like a smoosh pad. Come on. I want that pretty wet. And I'm just thinking, which way will we go? I may want to get some watercolor paper for this. That might work better. Give me 1 second while I do that. Because I feel like I'll get a better result. You can use normal white, but it can warp your paper. Very light spray on the watercolor paper, and then let's just smush it around. All right. So you can kind of see what this does. It just basically covers the paper. And I'm going to just set that aside for a second, and I'm going to clean this up with my paper towel. I would always recommend, if you're a crafter, you should always have paper towels sitting by your desk for quick cleanups, especially when you're doing really, really messy stuff, which is the fun stuff, I have to tell you. But yeah, really messy stuff, so you want to always have paper towel. All right, so I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to turn my heat tool on. And I'm going to dry it because we don't have time to wait. Now this will get quite a bit lighter as it dries, and that's fine. I don't want it too dark, so that's actually really good. And you can see the color's not even. It's darker in some places, it's lighter in some places. So our techniques were Smoosh and inks, which we've already got, and also die cutting. So, and I was going to use a darker color and stamp on this. Now I've got this, and I'm wondering whether I should do, I'm actually wondering whether I might be better off with, let me see, which part of it do I want? Because there's some lighter areas there. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about using white and heat embossing it. What do you think? Should we use white on this, or would we go darker color like a Secret Sea? Yeah, a box of gloves. I keep those handy too. Although my hands always look like this. Always. It's just an occupational hazard. And when I wash my hair tomorrow, it'll all come off. Well, what was the yes for, Katrina? So a white emboss. Okay. You got it. Let's do it. Let me grab. I've got my white powder here because I used that earlier today, so it's still right here, which is great. And let me just see if my embossing buddy is close by. I think the white will look really good, actually. Where is my embossing buddy? That's not good. If I can't find my embossing buddy, this might be an interesting exercise because really we want this to be completely dry. And it's still, even though it feels dry, I know it's still kind of damp. Okay, so I don't, give me a second. If I can find it really quickly, we'll proceed. Otherwise, I'm going to just hope for the best. All right, I used it earlier. Where did it go? It's okay. Well, this might be a very short experiment if I can't get this to work properly, but we're about to find out. So I'm just going to wipe it over and we'll see what happens. And hopefully it'll be okay. Now I need to work out. Oh, it actually fits this way too. And then I'd have light at the bottom and dark at the top. Or if I go this way, I'd have light at the top and dark at the bottom. That's kind of nice with that bit of light at the top there. What do we think? All right, let's Versamark it up and see what happens. So Cherie and I were talking about whether or not this using this idea would work for Technique Tuesday, and it probably would, but the problem is when I do Technique Tuesday, I like to really flesh out a technique, you know, really. And Cherie quite rightly said that it would be more difficult to do it that way, because if I wanted to really like talk about all the different ways to do a particular technique, well, then that becomes something I do on a Technique Tuesday, but not so much with this. Now, I don't know if I've just messed that up, but we're about to find out. So let's see what it does. If it doesn't work very well, I'll be just starting again. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I messed it up. Look, I moved it. Look at this. Oh, you know what? We could have cameras going around, but that's not going to work for this. And can you see it's stuck here because I didn't have the embossing buddy. It's stuck here on this little bit of like a blob of ink there. Shall I try and tidy it up? I could. So this is me messing up my designs. But when you're playing, sometimes that happens. And let's see if we can fix it. If I can't fix it, I can always restamp. And if I'm embossing, really, ideally, I would emboss first and then smoosh. So, all right, I'm going to get my my brush, and I have that handy. And let's see if we can clean this up. So this brush comes with the Embossing Editions kit. And I'm just going to try and get that right along that edge. And there's a bit more here. And this happened because I didn't have an embossing buddy. So it's a really good, actually a really good example of what not to do. If you have an embossing buddy, it works so much better. But we're going to make this work. I feel like I'm doing some sort of, Janine can tell me, I'm doing some sort of archaeological dig with this brush. Brushing away the gentle bits of something. All right, nearly there. How do we go? We'll get rid of this blob here. So this is an extra step you would normally not have to do. You guys just talk amongst yourselves while I clean up my mess. And then I've got, this could be tricky, I've got a little bit in here. And because the brush is a fairly wide brush, I have got thinner brushes. And in fact, I'm going to use, this is dry, so I'm just going to use this to get right in there. We're just about there, I think. A little bit up here. So these water brushes, if they're not wet, you can also use them for this kind of thing to get like really fine detail work. All right, that's not bad. Oh, a little bit here, look, tiny bit. Okay, that's not bad. All right, let's give that a try and heat it up. Yeah, heat up the powder and let's see how we go. Yeah, using a brush is a really great way to get the bits off that are where they shouldn't be. So that's why they have a brush in the Embossing Editions kit. So in the Embossing Editions kit, you get a pair of tweezers, a brush, embossing buddy, and the tray. And the tray is great because it contains your mess, so you don't end up with powder everywhere. And my husband is just arriving home. All right, so this is cooking, and what we're doing is heat setting this white powder. And you know it's done because the white goes brighter and becomes hard and shiny. So if there's any bits that aren't as dark, they're usually not, you haven't hit them with the heat tool yet. You haven't set them. I like the different colors on our camera. I think that looks fantastic. Actually, it's going to be really nice. All right, I think that's enough. I'm just going to give it a moment. It's still warm, but it is set. All right, so it doesn't come out super dark because we used it on the wet and we didn't have an embossing buddy, so it's not super dark, and you can see some of the white has kind of gone into, it's not as raised as it would normally be on regular paper, like on drier paper. So there you go. You wish the embossing brush was a bit finer. Yep. So anyway, that's how it's looking. So I'm wondering what these bits should be. So maybe I'll do this. I'm wondering what colors would look good. Should we do some silver maybe? Well, we're stamping at this point. And if we pull out, did I get out the, oh, where is, right, so this is the set. Okay, but there is also dies, and then we're going to die cut, remember, because that's part of our brief. And after this, I have got, Sheila was asking whether or not there was we're going to look at the notes of spring, and absolutely yes, we are. Okay, so here is so I can actually attach these rather than stamp them, and in fact, I think I might. So let's have a look here. I'm wondering. So this would cut out this one here. See that there? And then this would go in the center. So I feel like, did anyone end up giving me some ideas on what color they thought that the camera should be in the middle? I'm thinking about just maybe deciding. That's tricky. I don't know. Oh, hello, Margaret. Nice to see you. Everyone's saying hi, Margaret. And Monique, how are you doing, honey? You doing all right? Been thinking of you. All right, I'm going to cut silver shutter. Black outside and silver shutter. I think that's what you're saying. So let's try that. I'm just going to grab some black. Got plenty of, let's give that a try. And then, well, the thing is, I'd have to emboss that as well, wouldn't I? And I'll tell you what, something else we can put, instead of a shutter, if we want to, we could put a heart in the middle. That would also look really cute. So let's do this, and I'm also going to do a white inside. So I have the black on the outside. So that's going to go here. Do we like that? Is the black good? And I kind of like, yeah, Secret Sea would have worked as well. And I'm deciding whether I want, seeing this one here goes inside that. Okay, can you see that? So then we don't have a lot on there. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to do that in white and put a heart on it maybe instead of using a shutter. And then maybe a red heart. So we've got a white, like a white middle in here. And then if I do a red heart instead of the shutter, I do like the idea of using a heart. I mean, I could do both, I guess, but I'm just going to add some red. And I'll go real red, which is, I have to tell you, real red is always my favorite red. I mean, Poppy Parade has its place and Cherry Cobbler has its place, but real red is my favorite, the one I use the most. And actually, real red was in my very first purchase when I bought my kit. Okay, well, my first purchase was a Stampin' Scrub, but my second purchase was the demonstrator kit. I didn't muck around. I knew what I wanted there. See, there we go. What do we think about that? And put that in the middle of our camera. Do we like that or do we not like that? And I could put that on a mini dimensional, maybe. Let's grab some of those. Oh, yeah, vellum would work rather than white. You're probably right. I'm just cutting the edge of my dimensionals here to put behind my heart. That noise is Crumpet and Freya up to no good playing around. I could use vellum, but I've already cut the white, so I'm just going to go with it at this point. But yes, vellum would have been a nice idea. The white does stand out though. All right, I'm going to put some glue behind here. Oh, I just realized before I do that, I have to die cut this. So we're going to die cut that. Ready for our camera. So let me put that in. Just making sure I've got it lined up. And because we've done it on watercolor paper, it makes it a little bit, it's a different texture to what it would be otherwise. That's cute. Isn't that a cute camera? All right. So let's put that. Now I've got glue on that and I'm going to put that right there. And then this is going to go over the top of it like that. So I haven't actually, I mean, this is only a brand new set, so I haven't seen it. Actually, haven't seen anyone use it yet. I'm sure there are people who have used it. I particularly got this because I thought it'd be really great for scrapbooking. And I have we had a camera quite a few years back. And I did a really nice scrapbooking page with it, which is just cameras all over the background. And I'd love to do another page like that because I thought it looked really, really good. All right. Okay, so that's looking cute. And I'm about to be visited by a small friend. I recorded. Okay, guys, next Friday night, I'm at Onstage. So next Friday night, there will be no live, but I have already today recorded next Friday's video for you. So I thought it would be fun to do I decided to show you what I'm making for my team gifts, and I actually made a couple of them live. So, right, so this is going to go on here, but I feel like we need some blending behind because, you know, we need more than one technique, right? It is a cute set, Rachel. Really, really cute. Now, hang on a second. I'm just looking. Is anyone here going? Who's going to Onstage next week? I feel like some blending behind, but what color? That's the question. I mean, we could go something really bright and contrasty like but yeah, I was thinking, like a bright yellow or something, but I don't think so. That's not the look I'm going for here. Maybe some pale blue, like a balmy blue, maybe. Balmy blue might work. And also we have some great little, everyday moments. Love this smile. Everyday captured, life's captured. So you could really kind of play around with these. Super cute. And there's also some hearts. So I could put some hearts in the background too. Sadly, not you, Sheila. I know. That's a bit sad. You think the camera should be on an angle, like so, or like so? Yeah, that's a good idea. We like that. Bring out the red. Well, I could do some more red, like I could stamp some red hearts around. That would look really cute. But I'm thinking maybe of coming in with a blending brush. Let me see what color is going to work. I mean, we could come in with something like, no, cloud cover's too grey. But I think balmy blue or something a little brighter, maybe. I'm looking through my brushes and deciding what would work well. Let's try with balmy blue. Some off-stamped background stamping. Embrace the wonk, indeed. That's what we're doing, right? All right, all right, I'm going to lean into the blue, but we may do some more red hearts. So if it's going to be on an angle like that, and then that actually is nice because it leaves room for me to stamp a greeting down here. So I'm actually going to start adding some color, because adding some color coming out behind an element just makes everything look so good. It's amazing. The difference that it brings out is fantastic. All right, so kind of trying to get some color going. Let's try here a bit more. And we're going to need some down here. And how are we going for something that we didn't even know what we were going to do? I think that's turning out rather nice. Hello, husband.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
You got all the boys out
Yeah, they're and girls.
And the girl.
Yep, they're all here. You can take them with you if you like.
She was taking a nap when I got home, but she's wide awake now.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's saying hello, Paul.
Hi. That little friend. Messy friend.
Ah, embossing with a heart folder. I would, except I don't have it. I don't have a heart folder blender. That's not one that I have in my collection. All right, so we need a little bit down here. And it doesn't matter that it's not perfect. You can see that some of it's darker than some of the other, because it's all going to sort of like this. Okay, this is too blobby down here for me, so I'm going to blend that across. That looks better. All right. Shall we do some red hearts, or we could do blue hearts. Maybe the red's too much contrast and we have enough of it here. Oh, Freya, darling. I'm sorry, everyone. She will decide. Quite a few of my videos lately, including the one that I pre-recorded today, she decides to lie down on the edge of the desk and just watch what I'm doing. And that's nice. I know, a little camera stamp in the background. Oh, we could do that. So like little camera stamps. Yeah, I want to keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to go in with the heart, I think. You love to see her. I know. Well, we don't have a lot of choice, actually, because she likes to be seen, clearly. She and Crumpy are so funny in the mornings. They go on like a rampage, I guess you'd call it. They run up and down the hallway, up and down, up and down, up and down, and chase each other, and they're squealing, and they're having the best time. It's so funny watching the two of them. All right, I'm just going to pop this little heart, and this is either going to work. The other thing I could do is water splatters. That would also look really good, or we could do both. And maybe I'll have them on an angle. Well, let's see how we want them to look. Okay, so one up here. Maybe another one down here. I don't know whether that's going to stand out very clearly. I mis-stamped that, so you can re-stamp it, I guess. Let's see how that looks. No, it's too even. I've done them too evenly. I think maybe I shouldn't have done it. But anyway, now I'm going to do more. Because when you go to get to the point that you've done too many, you might as well just go all out. That's actually better. And I'm going to use, will I use black? No, I'm going to use blueberry bushel, and I'm going to stamp one of the greeting stamps. I'm just deciding. I think I'll do this one. Love this smile. Although that's more of a scrapbooking one, don't you think? I think a lot of these are scrapbooking related. So you wouldn't necessarily put love this smile on a card, or life's everyday moments. That's more of a scrapbooking thing. Looking good would work. It's only little, and we've got photo op. Looking good would work. Or I've also got here's another idea. We also have in the Nature's Symphony set, we have You Make Me Smile. What about that? Would that go okay on a card? What's Merlot doing? Lying on the floor, sleeping mostly, or stuffing his face, one or the other. They're the two things Merlot likes to do. All right, so I'm going to pop this here. I think You Make Me Smile as well, Siobhan. So that's what we're going to have. And this card has taken way longer than I anticipated, but oh well. All right, You Make Me Smile. All right, and we're going to put that on dimensionals because it's not even attached yet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like that. And I'm going to grab a blueberry bushel mat. Should be 10 centimeters by 14.3. So then this is going to go onto here. What do we think? That looks good, doesn't it? I actually really like how this card's turned out. I hope you like it too. Something I really did buy this set more for scrapbooking, but I still think it makes nice cards as well, as evidenced by the one we've just made. Do we need bling? I think we do. That'll go on a, what bling shall we have? That'll go on a white card base. grab my... And this is going to go on here. What do we think? Do we like this? I'd love to know what you think, because it's a bit different. You're getting some extra followers tonight, Katrina. That's awesome. I think most of you guys follow me on Instagram, don't you? So I'm over there as well. Try and be in all the places I can be. All right. So we use the You Make Me Smile from the Nature Symphony set, which is a cracker of a set, don't you think? It's fantastic. We love that one. Right, I'm just going to clean up these stamps. Yes to bling. Did we decide what kind of bling we wanted? What's for the camera? What? It did turn out really cute. Thanks, Lorraine. I like it. I just realized I'm cleaning the stamps and I never even ended up using them. Let's see. We got this one. We only used a couple of stamps, actually. I didn't quite get that glued down properly. What's really cute in here too, you've got like little scenes. See these little, you've got some camping, you've got a city scene, you've got a vacation scene. And then in the dies, you have the little film strips that you can put them into. You can put them in there. They fit in there. So I think it's a really cute little set for, you know, having a bit of fun. And, yeah, I really like it. All right. So this one goes here. And I think, oh, did I have any others? I got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What stamp did I not put back in? Oh, the heart. The heart. Where is that? We need to find it. It'll probably be on the block. It's on the block. So the question is, where's the block? So I'm just going to put a few things away off my desk, because what happens is everything gets out of control because I have stuff everywhere, and then I lose stuff. I'll use the ribbon for the camera strap. Oh, I forgot about ribbon. Goodness me. Right, so that and that, those come back in here. This goes back in my Nature Symphony set. I'm trying to get better. You guys will understand this. I'm trying to get better at putting my stamps away after I finish with them, because inevitably I forget to put a stamp back in a set, and then all of a sudden I'm missing a stamp, right? So I don't like that. I don't like that I lose stamps because I forget to put them away. Right, we still haven't found the heart though. That's okay. It's here. It's on my desk. On my desk somewhere. And there we go. We ended up with a card that we never expected to have, because we went with a novel way of coming up with card ideas. All right. How are we going for time? I feel okay. We're over, but if no one has a problem with that, I wanted to show you the Notes of Spring set tonight. Notes of Spring is our new product of the month, you guys. So this is it. It's very, very pretty. And I was thinking, what would I use this for? It has a nice birthday, happiest birthday wishes. It has a thank you and an especially for you, which you could use for any occasion. But I was thinking, you know, the little animals would be nice on a baby card, don't you think? I think that's a really cute idea. And on top of that, These are there are 2 steps. So you can color this one in with this one in with this, and this one in with this. These kind of, you're probably thinking, what the heck is that? That actually is just shading for these little grassy bits. And then this is the shading for this bit. So they're really cute. This is one of those ones, if you spend $125, this is in Australia only. If you spend $125, then this costs $9. Okay, so it's super, super cute. You love the stamp set. I'm so happy. Oh, I still forgot the ribbon. I'll have to go back and use either a gray or a black ribbon to be the strap of my camera. And actually, a 1/4-inch ribbon would be really good for that. And I have some grey granite, that new grey granite ribbon that might actually work for that. So leave this with me and you will see it appear with a ribbon. Okay, it's going to have ribbon because we said we would. I'm just having a look. The duck and the bunny together, I know, so super cute. So I thought they'd be great for baby cards. And then if anyone does Easter cards, you've got your little bunnies here for Easter as well. So you really can have a bit of fun with it. Now, I did do a card yesterday with it, or the day before yesterday, I think, and I did the little duck, and this is just my first play with it. And so you can see how I've used these kind of extra bits that go behind here, like it adds shading to the background there. And then I cut the duck out and popped him in front of the grassies so that he looked like he was in front. And I liked it too. You like it? It is a fun stamp set. And so it's not, I think having a product of the month that is a stamp set is kind of cool, because last time we had one, we had the sentiment set, Fabulous Sayings, in Australia. Last time I checked, yesterday I checked and that was still available. So if you didn't get last month's product of the month and you wanted it, it's not too late. I'm just doing a double check right now because it could have changed today since I looked yesterday. But let me have a quick look. I noticed my computer's been taking a while. Well, I don't know if it's the computer or if it's the Stampin' Up site, but it seems to be taking longer than usual to... Yes, it's still available. Okay, so if anyone wanted the Fabulous Sayings set, which was this one, okay, that one was the one we had last month. No, not last month, January. And there are still some left here in Australia. I think if you're in the US, my understanding is it is sold out. Someone over there can confirm if that's the case, but I think that is right. The Painted Illusions paper is also still available here as well. So just having a little look. All right, so we're going to play with this, and I thought I would make a card. I actually made a card today, and I'm actually going to make a second one. So I've got another sample, and we're going to be stamping, and we're going to do a little bit of masking technique. So it won't be super fast card, but it won't take all that long either. Okay, so I'm going to be stamping on here. Now, I'll show you the one I did earlier because I did it with the fawn. And you can see I colored the fawn in with crumb cake, but I stamped it off so it was a bit lighter. I didn't want it to be too dark. And then for the paper background, I used the new Delicate Dreams DSP that came out this month. So yes, your question is an interesting one, Rose. You can only order one product of the month per order. So if you had a $250 order, okay, and you hadn't bought the previous month's product of the month, you could put 2 orders in for $125 each and get one on each order. So you can do that, but you can only order one product of the month per order. And if you're worried about, you think, well, I had someone say to me, oh, that I do that. I don't want to pay 2 lots of postage. If you're putting an order in of $125, you're paying 6% postage here in Australia. So it makes no difference if you put in 2 orders or 1 order, it's going to be the same. It's still going to be 6%, okay? If your order's underneath about $115, then yes, then you're only paying $6.95 in postage. That's the flat fee for orders below that amount. But if you're ordering to get the product of the month, your order has already hit that 6% threshold, so you'll pay the same postage regardless. I hope that answers your question. That's great, Donna. That's really well done. And I'm just looking at all your comments and seeing if does that answer your question, Rose? If you can let me know if that answers the question. So yes, you can get both, but you have to have 2 separate orders to get them. It's just the way the system is set up that you can only get 1 per order. All right, so I've got all my pieces here, and this is all part of this Delicate Dreams. So this one I'm using slightly different papers to this one. You can see I've used the same paper in the background here, and instead of using this linen background one, I use this one with the white branches and such on it. So that's the background. And then on here we're going to do, I thought, seeing as we did the fawn last time, I thought maybe this time I will do the rabbit. I think that might be cute. And I'm going to make it a thank you card again, because I like thank you cards. And the first card I made, that one I showed you before, this was a birthday one. And then I realized that's not so great, because one of the things I'm doing at the moment is I'm running a little thing called Product of the Month Club. And so everyone who orders the product of the month through me ends up being part of the club. And one of the things I'm sending out each month is a handmade card. So if I make cards that have thanks or especially for you or something like that on them, okay, then I can use them at the end of the month to send out to those people. Whereas if I make a birthday card, I could send it, but I can't use the card for them because I don't know if maybe it is their birthday, but probably not. All right, so I'm putting the greeting on first just so I have a good indication of how much space I have to work with. And then I'm going to use the bunny, and we are going to stamp him. Will I stamp him in grey or like grey granite, or will I stamp him yeah, I think I'll stamp him in grey granite, but I've used Early Espresso here. I could do an outline of him in Early Espresso as well. So see, I did Early Espresso here for the outline of the fawn, and I think that worked really well. Yeah, maybe I'll do Early Espresso then because of that. And then I'll colour him in with grey granite. I think that might work. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, this is a masked bunny. So we're actually going to stamp, and I want to make sure I have plenty of room for the grasses and things, but we're going to stamp him in the centre here. All right, like so. And then I'm going to come in with my grey granite ink, and it's going to be probably too dark, so I'll do like I did with the fawn, and I'm going to stamp that off. So I need to grab a scrap of basic white. Here we go. And I'm going to grab the bunny shape. Where is it? Here it is. And it's very, I mean, you could colour them in with blends or something else, but I kind of like the fact that, you know, you've got these 2-step stamps to just do really quick, easy colouring. Right, so I'm going to, let me see how dark this is. It's probably a little dark. I'm just going to do a really quick stamp, and then I'm going to, so it's stamped off, and then I'm going to line it up. Excuse me if I've got my head in the picture. And we're going to colour him. This time I'm giving it plenty of time to transfer. And so he's a light bunny, but he's coloured. We don't have to sit there with blends to do that. I mean, if you love to colour and you like blends, then go for it. I do like blends. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to grab this stuff. This is our masking paper, and you can do this as well, just with a piece of basic white paper. I like the basic white paper. If you're gonna go on cardstock, use basic white or our two-tone paper, because you want thin paper, and this masking paper is very thin. Okay, so on one side, if you have a look here, if you turn it open, you can see it's got a split. Okay, so I'm actually going to stamp my bunny over the top of that split, and I'm going to stamp it. It doesn't matter what color I stamp it in, makes no difference. I've already got my Early Espresso out here, so I'll just do it in that. But we're not going to be using this anywhere on our card. This is our mask, and I'm stamping it so it's across the line. Okay, and then I'm going to get my scissors, and we're going to cut it out. Now, we don't have dies for this. I'm going to just cut. It's a lot easier if you cut out cut around it quickly first than if you try and cut it from the whole big piece of paper. Now it's much easier to handle. So what I want to do here is I want to cut this, and even if you had dies for this, it wouldn't do a good job because the dies leave a little gap. And I actually don't want a gap at all. I'm actually going to cut right on the line, and in fact on the inside of the line. So I'm actually cutting on that edge, but I'm cutting on the inside edge of the line. And if you don't get it exactly right, it's not the end of the world. But I'm going on the inside so that when we put this bunny down over the top of the bunny we stamped here, you're going to still be able to see the brown lines we stamped because I'm cutting a little bit off this. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So when you cut a mask like this, and actually Cherie and I were talking this afternoon and we had a little practice with the Chatterbox, and this card met that brief. Okay, so this is stamping stencils or masks, and let me just get this nice and close. And what was the other thing? There was something else. I can't remember. Might have been ribbon. Might have been ribbon, actually. And you can see I've got a ribbon here on the card. This gold striped ribbon is not last chance. I've noticed that it seems to be sticking around. I hope into the new catalogue, actually, because I love this ribbon. I use it so often. It goes with everything, and it's just really, really handy. Right, so I'm being careful to stay on the inside of the line, but I'm not being super, super careful. I'm still moving at a reasonable pace. All right, so can you see now that the bunny's cut quite, cut on the inside of the line, so you don't see very much of the outside of that line at all, okay? And it's going to go on here. So when I put it down, can you see that? You can still see the line around it because we cut it a bit smaller. All right, so I'm going to take off, because the split is in the back there, I'm going to take off the backing and I'm going to stick it down. Now, I have noticed when you use the masking paper that, here we go again. Hello, Miss Freya. Come here, darling. Let's move you. Everyone loves to see you, but it makes it very difficult for me to do what I have to do. All right, so now we've got the bunny down. Can you see that? And now we're going to get our grassy bits, and we're going to stamp them straight over the top of this. So I might just pop that on that block. And you can, if you want to use the little grassy block, I haven't decided whether I want to or not. I'll put it on a block and we'll see. All right, and for this, I'm going to, now I could use Old Olive or I could use Mossy Meadow. I did use Mossy Meadow on this one because there is Mossy Meadow in the green squares here. I'm wondering if I should do that again. Maybe I will. And I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to go straight over the top. And it probably looks like I'm messing this up. It's going to look like I'm messing it up. Straight over the top of the bunny, like that. And maybe one more. Well, you can see here I did 3, but I actually made one smaller. And I think I'll do that again because I don't really want 3 grassy bits exactly the same size, unless I put one closer to the others. But I'm going to clean it. So I've cleaned my stamp, and this time I'm going to make it lower by just not stamping all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to have that right about there. Like that. All right. Which looks like a big old mess, doesn't it? But now this is the fun bit. You either take your pick tool or your scissors, and we're just going to pop them in underneath. Might take a moment. I should get my take and pick tool. Where is that? Take a pick tool is actually easier to use, in my opinion, than scissors. Well, it's not where I want it to be, so I'm just going to keep going with these. All right. So I've got a little bit there, and I'm going to peel this gently back. The only thing I find occasionally with the masking paper is that it can, if you're not very careful and don't go very slowly, you can rip your paper underneath. So we're just going to take that off as carefully as we can. Would definitely be easier with take your pick tool. The scissors are a bit pointy. Here we go. Now it's peeling better. All right. Now you've got a bunny sitting in front of the grassy bits. I'm just deciding whether I wanted to have I'm just going to put this back down for a second, just on the front there, and I'm going to have a little bit of grass there. There we go. That's better. So now our bunny is sitting in front of the grass. It is very cute, isn't it? So this is, masking is a great technique. You don't have to have masking paper. You can use any thin paper. So, you know, you can use other types. But the advantage of using masking paper is it stays put because it's got the stick on the back, right? So if you want that advantage, rather than risking it moving, then I would strongly recommend the masking paper. All right, let's put our card together. Now all the hard work is done. All we've got to do is put it together. So let's put these pieces. This paper is lovely. Can you see the copper in this? I'm actually putting that side down, believe it or not, because I like this too. I like this paper. It is beautiful. Actually, I'll grab it and show it to you. This one of the things about this paper is that it has a brand new color in it that has not yet been released, which is a bit of fun. So this is, see this blue here, or this, it looks blue here, but it's kind of a bluey purple. It is called Hydrangea Hue, and it's one of our new upcoming colors. So I think that is really, really a nice way for you guys to see the color for the first time. And I used, and you can see, look, more copper on the back here. Isn't that beautiful? I love this paper. I didn't end up buying the bundle that goes with this, but I just thought the paper was too good to pass up. And at the moment, I believe my craft along project this month will use this paper as well, I think. Of course, I could change my mind, but right now, that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's put some dimensionals on the back of here. Oh, you've done both then, Donna. Yeah, I was a scrapbooker originally, and I still love to scrapbook. So I do both. But card making is less emotional commitment. I do. I'm just going to move that over a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to put this on a basic white. Is that thick? No, that's not thick. Let me grab a basic white card base. You forgot about it, Tanya. All right, let's get this on here. So I've used crumb cake as my card front, but I'm still using white for my card base. I did experiment with a couple of other colors, for card base, but I came back to white. I just thought it looked cleaner and nicer. We have gone late tonight, I know, but it was a bit of fun. All right, and then for embellishments, I really liked, let me grab them, the Pearls of Beauty, because they've got these crumb cake pearls, and I thought those were really perfect. So let me put a bigger one down here and a couple of smaller ones up here, like I did on the other one. Like that. And then the very final touch is some of that beautiful gold ribbon like this one. So that'll be the very last thing for this card. And this is the gold ribbon I was saying. I think it's a really good one to have in your collection because it goes with nearly everything. And to be honest, we don't have a lot of ribbons right now. We're very low on ribbon for cards, and I don't know if there's a reason for that, whether ribbon isn't as popular. I don't know. But if you're going to get a ribbon, this is a good one. All right, let's grab a glue dot. Whoop, there go my AirPods. And pop that on this corner here. And then I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors. If you're going to use ribbons, it's smart to use ribbon scissors that you keep for ribbon and nothing else. Way over time tonight, guys. I'm sorry about that. But there you go. Now we have two very pretty little cards made with this beautiful set. We use the masking technique. Oh, the blue gingham ribbon. Oh, yeah, would. I didn't think of that. I have blue gingham ribbon as well. Nice idea. So I very, very, very quickly, seeing as we're so far over time, I kind of feel like, well, we might as well. If I can find the paper, let me see. Because this paper is just beautiful. It's called Delicate Dreams. And it has various shades of copper and other bits and pieces in it. Oh, don't know what I've done with it. Oh, here it is, sitting under a box. Right, this is the paper. So that's the one I've just used, this one here. You can see how pretty it is. It's really nice. And the back of that has the copper feather. Are they feathers? Do we think they're feathers or leaves? Hard to tell. I think they're leaves because there's no feathers anywhere else in the suite. So, but they almost look like feathers. And then this is white with copper. You can see it's hard to pick that up underneath the camera. You don't use ribbons much. This is grey granite. Okay, there is grey granite ribbon that goes with this that I have, and it's really nice. This is probably my favorite piece, and it's got copper through the paper. Isn't that beautiful? And that's that hydrangea hue. It's quite a bright color, but it's beautiful. And on the back of that, we have Mossy Meadow. Then we have this one that we used before, and that's the back of this. More hydrangea hue flowers with copper in the middle. Hard to see it, but it's there. And then more of that. That one we used, which has got the squares on the back. This one I didn't show you. This is Secret Sea with copper. And on the back of that, you've got hydrangea hue again. It's your favorite sheet? Yeah, mine too. I think we're talking about the same one. This one? Is that your favorite sheet, or is it the other one your favorite sheet? But I love the little copper leaves in this. I just think it's really, really pretty. It is gorgeous paper. This is going to be a favorite of mine for a while, I think. So there you go. That's what we got up to tonight. We made a card with the Notes of Spring paper. If you love this paper, just remember, sorry, not the paper, the stamp set. If you love this stamp set, it's only available with a $125 order for $9. Okay, so if you're putting in a big order, then and you like this, then it's very reasonable as an exclusive $9 price. So that's how you get it. This I'll have to add a ribbon to meet the brief. But there you go. They're the cards we made tonight. Do we have a favorite? They're very different. I don't think they could be much more different. Yes. Yes, it is, Donna. All the new colors, the 5 new ink colors that come out in May are going to be in the new ink pad style. That is correct. Oh, we will. Thank you, Janine. I'm very excited to be going to On Stage next week. I'm staying with a lovely friend, and we're staying in an Airbnb 7 minutes walk away from the Hilton. And the Hilton is where convention is going to be, or we used to call it convention once upon a time. Now they call it On Stage, but same thing. Yes, a new felt pad. That is correct, Sheila. All right, let me switch back. How did we go? Did you like them tonight? Totally different cards. Couldn't be more different, I don't think. You're very, very welcome. I'm hoping to see some of you at On Stage next week. Please come and say hello. I would love to meet you in person, and just let me know. Most of you, I think I know you by name, and if I don't know you by name, just come up and let me know that you watch my videos, because I love to hear that, and it's so nice to meet my watchers in real life. All right, you guys, have a fantastic weekend. I think we're doing some decluttering here, so that'll be fun. It'll be good when it's done. All right. Have a great weekend and see you soon. Bye.